Thank you for joining us here at HockeyUs.com. Don't forget to go to HockeyUs.com on our website, become a member. It's 3 easy steps. Become a member of the HockeyUs community today and help us rate a lot of the different products that you see advertised here and the different products that you see on our website. Also will help us give us an idea on what you want to see discussed on our website as far as any kind of equipment sticks or just like we're doing here today, guides or anything that you that would find helpful for you for picking out sticks. Excuse me. Any kind of sizing or anything that you want to see here at HockeyUs.com, but we can't do that unless you're a member. So log on our website and sign up today. This is going to be part 2 of our segment that we're doing on how to pick out a hockey stick and the correct way to do that. And again, just keep in mind that all of this the information that we're giving you is also, some of it is subjective too, as far as you know, how you play and how you skate and how you know, how your technique, and we went over through this in part 1, your technique and how you handle the puck and your likes and dislikes on a stick. So this is all you know, subjective on how you know, your ideas are and what you like in a stick. Actually, the stick that we brought out here is an Easton. It's an SC16. And the reason why I brought this stick in is I wanted to show you the different things that a lot of these companies have here, if this will show up for you. This particular stick that I have here is the Aginla 100 Flex. And if you look here, it actually has a pattern 7, 5.5 lie. It's got a 1/2 inch curve, and it's a mid curve, and I'll explain that in a second. And the weight of this is 420 grams. Now, when you're picking out a stick, a couple different things that you want to look for. Again, and it all depends on each individual. I do have a lot of people that ask us, you know, what should I look for in a stick, and everybody's completely different. If somebody came up to me and asked me, you know, what should I look for in a stick, off of what I like, I'm going to tell you what I look for in a stick, and that might not be for you. Some people like, there's a couple different shafts. Some people like a real nice thin grip shaft, and other people like a square shaft. There's a couple different ones. There's a concave and a convex. There's a concave, which means that you're going to have a little bow sometimes on each end here, a bow that bows in. And that gives you a little bit more grip when you grab onto the stick. And it depends on your technique, again, if that's how you like to hold the stick. Then there's the convex, which is a bubble on the outside. And it just depends on somebody that likes to have a rounder feel shaft. You have a thinner shaft and you have a square shaft. This particular version that I have here is is a convex shaft, or concave shaft, I'm sorry, which does bend in a little bit here. And this is a standard size shaft here, which I really do like. It's not a thin tapered shaft, you know, that some guys, a lot of smaller guys, smaller hands have and all. But again, the particular stick that I have here is the Aginla curve. Now, when looking for a stick, there's several different factors. There's a heel curve. Let me flip the blade over here, if I can get this in a shot here. There's a heel curve, which is a curve that will start from back here in the heel. And it could be a 1/4 inch, could be 1/2 inch, depending on the stick or the pattern that you have. And it would be a continuous 1/4 inch curve from toe to heel. That particular curve will have a 1/4 inch. Now this happens to be, if I can get this shot in here good enough, this is a 1/2 inch curve, so which means that the curve from toe to heel curves a 1/2 inch around. And it is what we call a mid curve. So if you can actually see, it doesn't start to curve a lot at your heel. The main portion of the curve is in the mid portion of the blade, and that's the reason why it's called a mid curve. Now this is a 5.5 lie, and what they mean by lie is on how the stick lies on the ice. So a 5 lie would be, and I'm going to exaggerate here so we can see this, but a 5 lie would be down here, a 6 lie would be down here, and of course there's no 7, but that's the reason why it's a 5, 6, 7. That's why on a lot of your goalie sticks they're, say, 13, 14 lie, and they stand straight up like this, as opposed to a 5 or 6 lie, which is more down in this position here. Again, now the lie all depends on how you skate, how you handle the puck, and how your body position is. You know, some people like 5 lies, they like it real nice and low, tucked close to them. Other guys like the 6 lie, which, excuse me, actually 5 lie is out a little bit more, and a 6 lie does have a tendency to be tucked a little closer to you. And again, it all depends on how you like it. Now, also the lie is affected by how long you use your stick. You know, some guys will basically cut their stick, and a general rule of thumb is to cut the stick at your nose with skates off. And again, it's all subjective. Some people like to have it really short. I know that when I play, I like my stick, when I'm on skates, to be probably right at my chest. I like a real nice small stick. I don't like to have a stick that's really, really too tall. You know, but again, that's just the way that I like it. Again, when you cut your stick, that does also change the lie on it a little bit, because as the shorter you cut your stick, it does bring the stick up at you, so that does change the lie. So when you're picking out a stick, just kind of grab the stick and see how it feels in your hands, and then you know, I guess what you could do is grab the stick in your hand and see where you know, where you'd want to cut the stick at, and hold it there. And at that point, you can more or less, you know, go around a store maybe with a puck or a ball if the retailer lets you, and just see if you kind of like that stick. And again, all this is experimental. You know, because on some sticks you might think they feel really great in the store, but then when you get them out on the ice, it doesn't feel like a good stick. So sometimes what I suggest in doing is, if you are interested in a stick, a particular model, and somebody on your team has it, even though it might be a little bit too short, a little bit too long, don't go out there and start hammering shots with it. Just get a good feel on it as far as how you can stick handle with it, how you handle the puck, and you know, just do some wrist shots and snap shots, and just feel how that blade works for you, because different sticks do have stiffnesses and blades and all to where some might be a little whippier than others, and at that point you could you know, you might not like that stick when it's in your hand. So you know, a lot of these sticks now are $170, $180 and above, and you don't want to, you know, spend that type of money on a one-piece stick and not like it. So again, on picking out a stick, there's a couple different points. Again, excuse me, as your shaft, whether you like a convex or concave shaft. Again, the lie, whether you like a 5 or a 6 lie, and how that sits off the ice. Your curve, again, we're going over a heel curve, which starts here at the heel. Then you got a mid curve, a toe curve, and a toe. And actually, there are some that actually have a mid toe heel, or a mid heel, which starts in this area here. So it's a little bit more. That's the particular one that I use. And then also, again, when you cut the sticks, I'm going to show you here what Easton has done for us. As you cut the stick, it not only shortens it, but it also changes the flex and everything on the on the stick itself. And also, again, we'll go over, and we did this on the very first part, is also your kick point. Your kick point. The lower the kick point, like in a lot of these, they have a 12-inch taper, 10-inch taper. And what that means is, it's not a true square, same square all the way straight down, which is like a traditional hockey shaft. If you notice here, see how this has got a little bit of a taper here and goes up. That actually changes the kick point and how that feels. So you could use the same curve in different sticks, and because it has a different kick point and a different lie, or a different different flex to it, it's going to feel a lot different when you get out on the ice. So again, when going to the store, just get a general idea on what you like. Your hockey retailer, if he knows what he's doing with sticks, can kind of put you in the right direction on where you need to be. But again, it's all subjective. He might put you into something he really likes. He might like an Aginla, which is the particular model that I'm holding here, but you might like a Forsberg, which is a little bit more flatter than this and a different line. It's a mid-heel instead of a mid-curve. So that's just a few simple points that we went over here at HockeyUs.com. On how to pick out a stick. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. Again, if you'd like to see something featured here, whether it's a product or you'd like us to discuss any particular thing on here, please join our website today and let us know what you'd like to see, and we'll get it here at HockeyUs.com. Thank you again.